So in this video, we're going to look at how to multiply the two matrices that we've been given. Okay, so we've got these two matrices. We're going to call them A and B, and what we need is the product, which is matrix C. So the first thing you need to do is make sure that the two matrices can be multiplied, and for that you need to look at the order of the matrices. So the first one, A, has 2 rows and 2 columns, so it's order 2 by 2. The second one is also order 2 by 2. It has 2 rows and 2 columns. So now what's important to note is that the number of columns, a number of columns in the first matrix, right, A, should be equal to the number of rows in the second matrix B, right. So this second term here in the order, which is 2 here, should be equal to the first term in the order here, right, of B. Only then can the two matrices be multiplied, and we'll see in a second as we do the multiplication why that is. And the order of C is basically the number of rows in A and the number of, or by the number of columns in B. So this 2 by 2 here, it's simple because it's a 2 by 2 matrix, but basically the number of rows in C is equal to the number of rows in A, and the number of columns in C is equal to the number of columns in B. Okay, so as we do this, this will make a little more sense. Let's start, right? So we want to get the first element of C. So we want C11. Now how you get that is, to get C11, you take the first row of A and multiply it by the first column of B. So the 1 here, the first index, and generally it's called Cij, right? So Ij, where I is 1, J is 1. The first index here, 1, is basically the row index of A, and the second index of C, in this case 1 also, is the column index of B. So C11 is A11 times B11, which means it's 2 times 1 plus this one. So A12 times B21, which is minus 1 times 1. Take the sum of that and you get 1. So C11 is 1. Now C12, right? So same logic. So you take C1, so you take the first row of A, 2 is the column index, so second column of B. So you get 2 times 3 plus minus 1 times minus 1, which means it's 2 times 3 is 6, minus 1 times minus 1 is 1, and so you get 7. Okay, now the next term we need is C21, right, this one. So to get C2, second row of A, and you have the second column of B, and so you get A21 times B12, which means it's 3 times 3, which is 9, plus 1 times minus 1, which is minus 1. So 9 minus 1 is 8. So we've basically taken these two matrices and multiplied them. Hopefully that's quite clear to you. Let's look at another simple example. Now if you're prepping for an exam and you want some definition, or you want a little more practice, or want to do a quick revision, you can also go to our platform, which is TeachYaar.com, and you can search here for the topic. In this case, I've already got matrix multiplication here in the list. You click on that and you get a card here with the concept. You also have examples, and you can have practice questions and so on. Okay, so let's now look at another example. Right now you have a matrix here A, which is 1 row and 3 columns, and you have a matrix B, which has got 3 rows and 1 column, and we need to find the product C. So first of all, we check if the product is defined. So you have 3 columns here and 3 rows here, so yes, the product is defined, right? Okay, now what's the order of C? Because we need to know how many terms we need to find, right? Well, A has 1 row, B has 1 column, so C is a 1 by 1 matrix. So it's basically one element that we have to find. Okay, so now let's do the the multiplication. So C11, which is the only element, is A11 times B11 plus A12 times B21 plus A13 times B31. So it's 5 times 0 plus 2 times minus 2 plus 3 times 3, which means it's minus 2 times 2, which is minus 4, plus 9, which is 5. So you've got 5, right? So that's quite simple. Hopefully matrix multiplication has now become clear to you. Thank you.